Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to Marritt's Koi Pond. Finally been tidying up and I've got my patio back. Hooray, I've got my patio back. Still some work to be done here. I've got some new edging to go all the way along down there. But that's only probably an hour's work. Got some plants to be planted in the ground there. They're mint plants they are, and I'm going to leave them in the pots and I'm going to plant them in the ground with the pots. I'm going to spread them all around the garden because in the winter, I've never seen so many rats. They was using this patio as a highway. Basically they're living under next door's patio there and they're scurrying across here to get into this garden here to get to their bird feeders, and it's just like a super highway for rats. So I'm going to place these strategically around the garden because I planted one, you can't see it, but behind there we planted one in the pot. And I put some poison out, so them bait blocks just outside their holes. And since that mint has been planted there, them bait blocks are still there. So it's moved them out of there. They don't like the smell of that mint. So, like I say, place them strategically around this patio, plant them in the ground, and hopefully that'll keep them at bay. Got space for the table and chairs, that's all back in situ. Barbecue's back in its living space. That's parked up, that's where that lives. Got some redundant plant pots there that I'll have to move down the garden unless Liz has got any ideas about putting plants in them this season. But it's so much more open without that. I mean, I did love that swing seat, I spent hours sitting on that swing seat, but it was so big, and with the canopy on top, it was just, from indoors you couldn't see none of this pond really. But now when I come out of the French doors, or rather when I sit in my armchair just inside these French doors, I look out, I can see that pond, even with this furniture here, Ferns are coming out. Planted another acer and put it there, look. See the tree, how big it's grown. But friends, it hasn't been too long. Was just a twig. Hostas are coming out. And this fern, I've got two ferns here. Got one there and I've got one at the back, which is a slightly different species of fern, different textured leaves. I thought I'd ruin these because when we put a tarp on to get this pond fiberglass, I was in there with my feet and everything, smashing it all down. But you know what? You'd never know I've been in there. Forget what you call this. A Chinese paper bush, that's it, Chinese paper bush. And you know what? This pond is absolutely running like a dream, you know. Running like a dream. Mind your own business has died back a little bit in that shower. Again, where the tarp was over, I suppose the fumes from the fiberglassing, and also it switched off for quite a while. Even though I try to keep it damp, it has died back a bit, but I can see fresh growth coming up on the dead bit. So all that new stuff, I don't know if you can see it from here, especially on the right hand side, but there is new growth coming out at the top of that mind your own business, so that will soon cover that again. And again, these aces was in the dark with that tarp over the top of it, over the top of this pond, and they've can't believe the amount of growth this year. We've had a fantastic spring. Do you know what, I've hardly had any rain here for like 6, 7, probably 8 weeks now. But everything's just greened up, lovely. And my Liz, she got on a step ladder and she's painted this pergola. I mean, this pergola's probably been in situ for, I don't know, 15 years. Anyway, she's got the old step ladder out, got the old, I don't know what you call it, fence life, whatever it is. And she's given that a coat, only took one coat. And you know what, that looks like we've had somebody in here yesterday and they've just built it. It looks absolutely brand new. Like it's just been built. And all she's done really, she's done the, you know, just the posts, the outriggers, like on the top of that pergola. Hasn't touched the inside at all because the inside's obviously under polycarbonate roof, so didn't need to do the insides. Well chuffed with that, she's done a really good job of that. Bit of Solomon seal. I forget what you call that. What do you call that? Got like blue flowers on it. You know what? Can't remember. A Korean hornbeam, that bonsai. Need to find another pot for it though. And I don't know if you'll be able to make this out or not. I can't see what I'm looking at in this screen. The sun's well bright. I'd say she painted this just in time because look, all the grapevine is coming out. Got the old swans coming into land. Again, I don't even know if I've got the camera facing them because I can't see, it's too bright. Alliums are all coming up. Air source heat pump is running there, look. Whisper quiet that is. Don't know what that fork's doing there. One job I've got to finish with these bricks here. I've just got to build like a brick enclosure around that 4-inch drain pipe where it comes out the ground. I'll just build a little enclosure for that, build it up with bricks and then put some soil in the top and I don't know, put a plant in there or something, bit of mind your own business. Don't know, just another bit of insulation. Seems pointless heating it if you're not going to insulate everything in sight. So yeah, I'll just build like a planter there, fill it up with soil, put some mind your own business, and not quite sure what to do with that. Now I've got a tray up there that I normally fill up with saxifrage, the same as what's sitting on top of the heater, but it is such a pain of water. Even though I have it sitting in the tray and I fill that tray filled with water, still a pain getting up there. You know, I tried doing it with a watering can, but I have to lean over there. It's not doing me back any favours. I suppose I could get a lance and a hose pipe on it. Still thinking about that. Solar panels on that shed are still working, although I've got a 3.4 array on the front of the house. This does help supplement it. This is what we call the second garden. We used to have garden doves once upon a time. And then we've got like down there we've got like a third and a fourth garden where Liz keeps her chickens and her bantams. And then beyond that we've got like a fourth garden that leads all the way down to those, I don't know if you can see those oak trees down the bottom, look. This is where Liz, this is Liz's domain where she keeps her animals. I think she's got 3 or 4 tortoises in that pen there, and then she's got chickens, bantams, God knows what she hasn't got. And then I'm not going to go in there because it's a bit of a kerfuffle, but beyond this garden is what we call the fourth garden. It leads down to them oak trees down the bottom there. Not that we do a lot with that garden, probably mow it once a month and that's it, because this garden's just too big. A wind turbine up there, not doing a lot today because it's not windy. Another acer tree. I forget what they call that, New Zealand flax, but there's another name for it. Again, for the life of me, I can't remember. Not euphormium, is it euphormium? Who knows? Got a peach tree there, but it's never going to flower and it's never going to bear fruit because apparently you have to have 2 together. Although you'd thinking that a neighbour would have one in their gardens, wouldn't you, and they'd cross-pollinate, but no, never happened. You can walk in the filter house and have a look around. This is it still looks like a bomb's hit it, but honestly, if you had seen this 3 days ago, oh, unbelievable what's in here. Where we was doing the pond revamp, everything just got dumped in here. But I am getting there. At least I've got a clean surface there. Just a couple of things there to put away. But we are getting there. Got all me medications, chemicals, God knows what else on that shelf. High pressure, that's what I like to see. Homemade upflow filter there. RO system there, but you know what, I might not run that this season, only because of the fact that that's brand new water in that pond where we've had it fiberglassed. So you know what, I might not run that this season, just let that water mature. And this is a little inverter that's driving those two solar panels on the shed roof. What's that doing? Can't read that. 84 watts is that? 84 watts that's generating at the moment. But another project I'll say I keep going to do it, but you know what it's like. This hobby just eats money. Oh, just eats money. You keep thinking, oh, that's it now, I don't have to spend any more money, but no. Weren't expecting this fiberglass. Well, I knew since September that it was going to have to be fiberglass, but you know, it's money I could have spent elsewhere. But anyway, this is the next project. This is like what they call a power station. It's a power station with an expansion battery on top. That's basically 4 kilowatts of power that's sitting here. Basically 4 kilowatts of power. So you know what I'm going to do in here eventually, when funds allow, I shall buy a transfer, you know, switch box, a transfer switch box, so I can divert, you know, shut off the mains power to here and then divert it to this power station. And then what I should do on top of the at the back end of that pergola, at the back end of the pond on top, I shall put some solar panels there, and then I shall feed this with solar panels. So basically, hopefully, this will feed this filter house independently of the mains. That's the ambition, but I had that ambition 2 years ago when I bought this, but something always comes along to spoil it. But that's the plan anyway. Like I say, it's practically near on 4 kilowatts there, 3.98, something like that, kilowatts. And I think if I get a decent array of solar panels on top of that pergola, this should, well, that would definitely run this filter house for days without the Thermotech. But with the Thermotech on, you know, I'd have to figure out, you know, I'd have to charge it up with solar panels. So that's the ambition there, get this running independent of the house. I just love making my own electric, you know, that wind turbine down the bottom there. When I had that running, I just loved seeing it make electric. And the same with the solar panels on top of the house roof, and even these two little panels here, I just rub my hands together. I'm making money and taking money out of these bloody greedy corporate companies, you know. I know it's expensive to start up, you know, it's expensive, and you know, people talk about payback and all this. You know, I never look at things like that. I think if I can get it, I've got it, and it's bought and paid for. I don't think it in terms of payback. You know, I think that's a funny way to look at life. Never get anywhere, would you? But like I say, that's a project for the future. But basically, I've got my filter house back all barred. Just got to clear this up. It's only 10 minutes work. Well, I think we're going to call that a day. Yeah, I should just put some solar panels on the top of that pergola there. And that, the sun hits, I suppose that's east there. Sun hits at about 10 o'clock, so, and it the sun will go round in the sky right till last thing at night, so in the height of summer, 9 o'clock at night. So in theory, those solar panels, eventually when I get them and I put them up there, will be in full sun from 10 o'clock right through to sundown. Well, I've no idea what the time is, but I'm guessing, you know, that feeder might go off, because they're all congregating. They've got timers inside them, these coil, you know. They know when that's going to go off. Not to the minute, but I'd say to 5 minutes, they know. Hello you. Hello you. Hello you. Yeah, you're looking for food, aren't you? You think I've got food in my pocket? You think I've got food in my pocket? Oh, I just flicked that Becco. That Karashi, oh, I haven't measured it for about 18 months, but I can imagine that's about 82 cm now. Okay everybody, I'm going to leave it there till the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye.